it's not so hard. You know, in the world there are so many peoples. They are interested in the computer science, and they use some program tools to write something. Okay, since our course is Java EE, that means enterprise environment. So we should learn something to really use in the enterprises. That we need to use Java language with the web programming skills to fulfill some website that can help people to exchange their information. So we will discuss something about I think there are three things. So one thing is we will discuss the JSP files. That means Java server page. That is a file format of the web page. And so this is the one thing, the JSP file. So the first thing is JSP, and also we need to learn something about the Java things. So we want to extend our programming capabilities. So we use the Java beans. So we use the Java bean things. So this is the second things. Second thing is a Java bean. Java bean. So that's the second thing is the Java beans, and the third thing is the servlet. Although we are discussing is maybe a little basic, but when you learn how to use the JSP, use the Java beans, use the servlet, you will know a wonderful world for the programming with the Java languages. Okay, and also we will give you some tasks that just like the every week at the half past class of the 5 and 6, that before 4 o'clock in Beijing time, I told you something, and after that before during the 4 o'clock and the half past 5 o'clock this afternoon, you should do some more little practice. So today's practice is that just write some pages. For example, vote or something that at least 2 pages. One is submit something. Another is show something. Just like maybe for example like this, you can put some more items on the first page. That means select the fruits you like to eat, and you can choose one or two or more, and then you click the submit button, and it will jump to other web pages, and the other web page should show the results of the choice of a choice. So that's the tasks of this class. Well, okay, so we step by step. So first, we should learn how to use the JSP files. Okay, so first we always use the IntelliJ idea. So now, the first thing you need to open the idea. Well, I will show you. So first, when we open the idea, we choose a project, new project, and then we create a new project. We create a new project. So the project is
Lordship.
Yeah.
Lordship, please share your screen, computer screen.
Okay, sorry. Okay. Yeah. I'm sorry. Well, thank you for your remind me. Okay, I open my screen. Open my screen. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So then you can see my screen now.
Yes, Laoshi, we can see.
Okay, okay. Thank you for reminding me. Yeah. If you have any question, just tell me. Just tell me. Okay. Well, so I do it again. I do it again. So at the very beginning things, very beginning things, we today we will discuss three things. We will discuss three things. One is the JSP files. JSP files. Another is that the Java beans. That means we can add the Java class in our JSP files. JSP is just a web page types that can use some Java languages, methods, and attributes something. And also we will learn something about the servlet. So servlet is a back-end Java program. It's just a Java class. So that's a servlet. So this is a main contents of our class. And we will let you do some little practice, just like this. So you write 2 pages. So one page is some choices, and then click the submit. Another is that you show the results of the choices. So that's a task. We can use the JSP or the servlet. So at this class, we haven't used the database. Maybe the next week we will discuss the database. So we step by step, and don't worry or don't be so worry about the difficulties or something. If you have any question, you just tell me, because nowadays I think there's so much materials you can learn from on the internet. And I think the difficult is that the beginning, at the beginning, when you know how to start your project, so that will be easy or will be faster to write programs. Okay, so now at the very beginning, we will create a project. Create a project. So the create project is that we use the idea, we use the intelligent idea. So when I say the idea, I mean intelligent idea. Or you can use other tools, but I suggest you use the idea. Okay, so now I open the idea, and I think at the beginning, so I just like I close all of the project. So I will show you at the very beginning things. So now this is your idea, and here we create a new project. Or you can use a menu file new project. So there's so many project types, and we just choose the Java enterprises. Our course is named JavaEE, so that one of the character E means the enterprises. So enterprises, there's lots of things. There's so much things. So we just use a very basic things. We choose this way. Pay attention about this web application. Web application. So that's the web application. And also here is a version. Here is a version, and the version is 4.0, because that depends on the Tomcat that you have installed. So this is version is just the servlet version. Servlet version. Well, so nowadays the technique they are development by time. So what we now used is more convenient or more simple or more little steps than the older days. So maybe you will read other textbooks. It will tell you write the web.xml files, and however, in our course, we do not need to write the web.xml, because we use the annotations. Well, I'll show you. I'll show you something. That means use the at sign. You know the at. Well, I'll show you. I'll show you. So then you should create a new project, and you choose the Java Enterprises, and then you click you choose the web application, and then next. And here is a name. Here is a name. Here is a workspace. So we give a name. Maybe the web. So the web demo. So web demo. Maybe today is 25. So 25 and here. So that's the project name. So you can give any name. You can give any name. You can give any name, and then then we finish. Then we finish. So remember or remind it. Create a new project. Choose the Java Enterprise type, and click the web application, and then next, and then finished, and give a name. So that finish it. So it will open a web project for us. So here is a web project. Here is a web, and here is a web information photos. Here is a web XML. This is the properties of the setup files of the web.xml, and here is give us index.jsp file. The index means the default. By the default, when you open a website, you do not need to type the index.jsp the file name. It will automatically show the contents of this file. We call this is the first page or the default page. So that's the index.jsp. Okay, we double click it. Then here is the JSP files. Here is the JSP file. Well, here is some variables, and here is something. So you just type something, because you can type welcome my first JSP page. So this is the title, and you do not need to save it, because the idea automatically saves the contents for you. And this is the body. So you can type just like the last week, like the HTML file or the CSS or the JavaScript, so anything. So now we can type something. For example, we can type head one, and well, always hello world. Hello world JSP. Okay, so this is something. How we run it? You know, you need to install the Tomcat, and then set up the environment. So that's we will automatically show the Tomcat if you have successfully installed Tomcat. If you haven't, you need to let the idea knows where the Tomcat is. Well, I'll show you later. Now you just click this run icon. It will on the bottom of this screen. You see it will build something, and if everything goes well, it will show a page. Well, so this is a process. So this is Eclipse. This is Tomcat operation, and then it will has a JSP file. You see here, and also you should pay attention about this. The localhost 8080. That's the port number, and this is project name, and this is it has deployed by this name. So that's the root. That's the root root address, web address here. Okay, so that is the first JSP file. If some of you haven't got the Tomcat connected with the idea, you need to. I think you need to use a file or here has something project structure or something. So there has some maybe the models. So you need to choose the JDK the JDK and something so that's you need to or you can Google's where how use Tomcat things and okay so that's the that's we have used we have create a new project of the GSP of the Java EE. So that's the first things. That's the first things. Well, uh, then we will learn something about the GSP files. We will learn something about the GSP files. So let's see. So each time I have record the video each class, and also I will write a notes. Some of you that send messages in our WeChat group and asked me to send the XML find. Well, okay, I will send in the WeChat group. You know, we have a Baidu network disk, and I have give you the address on the WeChat group. Maybe some of you are not familiar with the Chinese tools like the QQ or like the Baidu net disk. So I will send it again. I will send again in the WeChat group, just the notes, just the notes. So not only the PDF files, and also it's the source file of the Xmind. So that is the Xmind. Okay. So well. Then we learn something about the GSP files. So first you have to learn how to create it, the GSP files. Okay. Then we try to write something about the GSP files. So I think there's so much things about the GSP files. So maybe I'll try you a form, and we use a GSP form things. Well, we type anything. So here is the GSP files. There's a tutorial point. So this is website. And we try to to write something. Here is H1. Here request get parameter about first name. So this is attributes, and the last name. This is last name, and also we need to give a form. So here is the main GSP, and then just like this. Maybe you are not so clear with this. I'll show you. You know, when you know the basic things, when you want to write some program, it is always paste, copy and paste, So we just use GSP to fulfill something like this. So give a first name, give a last name, and you just type something and you submit, and then it will show your first name and the next name maybe. Okay, so we try to do a little example. So we reference on this web page, and one after one after my speaking, and you need to learn something, to do it by yourself, do the practice. So maybe the user login examples, we just we can try. So we can give a reference. So the reference. So the give reference. So reference is something like this way. So we try to this. So this example, we need to maybe create a page. So that's the project structure. So for the project structure, and let's say so first we will try to do a form. So this is named this is we should give a name. This is maybe the login JSP. Okay. So we just try. Um, so first we need to project structure. First we should write a login.jsp. So what's the login.jsp looks like? Well, now in our page, in our project, we create. You should not pay attention about the structure. Here, all of the all of the JSP files should enter the folders of web. And if you write some servlet or the JavaBean class, you should enter the src folder. Well, so we type the web, and we give a new JSP file. Here is a JSP file, and we give a name login. Give a name login, and then we enter. So we have created a new JSP file named login. Okay. So this is the title, and we give something maybe welcome to Hello World system, maybe Hello World system. So okay, so that is the title, and then we should define a login page. So login page is something like here is center. Remember the center things. Center, that means, oh, okay, maybe center they are not so supported so well. Well, we can try. So that's a center things, and also we can give the h1. So that's a head one, and then we try to copy something. Here is a form thing. Well, I will explain it for you. So here we create a form, and we haven't created the main JSP, and the method is a get. So that is the method of the HTTP files. HTTP files means hypertext HT transfer protocol. When you use the internet, when you open a browser, when you surf on the internet, type some web address with some website, we always use the protocol of the HTTP. Okay, so that's the method get is something about the protocol of HTTP. Well, so here is the first name, and so we can change it. So we can change the login name. So that's the login name, and here is the last name. We can change it. So change it maybe the password. Here is the password, and here is the type text. And also you can learn lots of things about the HTML file. So you can make it maybe the password or something. So this is the input, and you can type maybe the password. So that's the password. You can change it. Well, because this is our very beginning things, so we use a text. Then you can type what I have typed in the password text field. So, and also you should give a name. So this is name. Name means the variable name. That means when you type something in this input text field, and it will store in this variable named what you have defined here. So I gave a name, maybe login name. So that's the login name, and so it's up to you. So login name, and here is a password. Here is a password. So you should pay attention about here is we use uppercase. So that's anything you can type anything as long as you can remember it. Okay, so that's the login name and the password, and here is a submit things. So we can give next line. So this is one thing. The login. Also, you can write something. Please, you can write something information. So just like please input. Please input your information here. Your name, login name, and password. So something like this, and also you can give a HI. That means a horizontal row. So and we will try how is this login JSP. Well, you see here is our JSP file. So we can type the login dot JSP. Then you can try. You see here it haven't find it. Well, we haven't run it again. So at the very beginning, when you renew something, you need to here refresh it. So run Tomcat again because this the JSP files need the support from the Tomcat. So that's why we call the Tomcat is a web server. Okay, and so we refresh it, and here give a choice, or redeploy or update the classes and resources. So we choose update, or you can choose restart the server, and it maybe need a long time. So just OK, try OK, and it will. Here is the process running. And after it finish it, we will show you the appearance of the login JSP. Well, so it build, and then just be patient. So okay, it has built, it finished it. Then we refresh it again. So you see here is please input your login name and password. And here is the login name, here is the password. Well, because it's not so beautiful, because we haven't used CSS, we haven't used other. Since our class time are not so much, so just tell you some very basic things. And if you have time, you can make it more beautiful. Okay. So, but it's not so difficult. Just need time. You can see lots of login windows, and then you can, or even you can add a picture, just like what we have make last week. So here is the login name. Maybe you can type the Tom, and the password maybe 1 2 3 4 5 6. So that means when you type the name and the 1 2 3 4 5 6, and you type the submit, you see, when you type submit, it will go to another page. Here is another page, main.jsp, and also give a question mark, and then the two variables. One is login name, and one is a password. And then you should pay attention about this way. You see our code. You see our code. And then so you need to. I think you need to understand it. So it's very important things. When you understand it, you will understand the JSP. I think at least half, 50% about the JSP files. You see, well, I'll tell you. I'll tell you. So here, this is the form. You know the form. So form is what we have. What we can make. Here is the login name. So you write something. Here is the password. So that's the form things. And also here is a method. Method is get. So get means the parameters about your form will show on the web address. So get are not so security, not so safe, but get is simple, and get is maybe quick, maybe faster. So, and if you do not want to use get, you can use others. You can use a post. So if you use a post, the parameter will not show here. Well, since we are beginners, we just use a get. So this is the action. The action are very important things. Very important things. So why do you know the hyperlink? Hyperlink. So the hyperlink not only created by the things. So that's the static things. That's a static web page. So that's a static. And now we use a dynamic things. We use a dynamic. So the dynamic means when we run it, we type something, we input something, and we put the date to the backend. You know the backend. So the backend is more powerful. Is really powerful. The backend. So the backend, that's the power of the Java. That's the power of the Tomcat. So the statics, you only use the browser that can show things. That's the static things. Just use the HTML file. But the backend will always use the JSP or use the servlet or other things. Or even we can also use the HTML, but we use action things. So action means transfer some date to the backend. So the backend we call what's the backend means? That's the server. So that's the server. So it's just like the government. You know, if you want to do some business, you should get the permission of the government. You should pay taxes. You should do some routine things like your information. You should register on some department of your government. So that's we call it the server things. So server things. So server is a very powerful things. So Tomcat is a server. Tomcat is we call it. This server is a web server. That means when you do something about the web, you need the support of the Tomcat. Also, you can use other web servers, not only Tomcat. There's lots of web server tools. However, Tomcat are more popular because it's simple and it's free. Okay, so and then you pay attention here. What's the login name? Why this shows the login name? Why this shows the password? So I think you have found the answer here. You should pay very attention about this way. So that is the login name. That is a password. That means when you type something, just like what I have told a moment ago. So this login name is a variable. This password is a variable. So you know the variable. So variable is that something is a name and store the values. So this is a variable. So that is we call the things about the HTTP. So HTTP. So what's the HTTP means? That is something about the web, the browser. So that's HTTP. HTTP means hypertext transfer protocol. So when you use here, this is HTTP. You say here is HTTP. Also have some HTTPS means security, more safe protocol. So why when we visit the web page, we always should give HTTP because HTTP are used for these things. Some browser they omit they do not show the HTTPs, but in fact when you see some web pages on the browser, it always you obey the HTTP protocols. So that's the HTTP things. So it's a protocol. Well, so now I think you have understand what this code means. So this code means create a form, and when user type something, and it will store in the variable of the login name and the password, and then if the user type the submit button, it will send the date to another JSP files. So another JSP file is that main.jsp. Okay, then we will create another JSP files named main.jsp and show the two variables values. So show this password and show this login. Okay, so I hope you can understand this. Well, so the important or interesting thing is a link. So is a link things. So we call this is a hyperlink. So hyperlink for the static we use a herf things. So you remember the last class a herf. So a herf equals what. So that's the static things. And for the backend we always use action. So you know the action. So some movies actions actress. So this is action. That means dynamic behavior. So that's the action. That's action. So when you submit this, when you type the submit, it will trigger an action. To the main.jsp. Okay. Then we write another. So that's we create another new file. Here. Create the JSP file and give the another. We call it the main.jsp. Since it's a JSP file already, so we just type the name and then we type enter key. So here is a main.jsp. How we get the variables? Well, so sometimes I do not remember so much things, so I just copy. So because I can know this thing. So here, this way you see, this way request get a parameter and then give a quotation. So this is a variable name, and here is another variable name. So this is give you something. Give some. Well, we just write it this way, and another things. Well, okay. So we try to copy about these things in our main file. So we just copy. So the UL means the not ordered or not ordered UL. Well, we just this is HTML file. We can delete it. So we can welcome something. So welcome. So welcome. Welcome who? So here is we give the login name. So here is a login name, and so that's okay. And also we can you can say I can see your password. I can get your password. I can get a password. It is so you can give a password here. So password is something like this way. So that's a password. Password things. Password. Okay, so that's the welcome, and then here is the H1 things. Here is the H1 things. Well, okay, this is the H1 things. We just arrange this, and here is welcome something, and the letters B means bold. That means make it hard, make it think more heavy. So that's the B. We do not need this, and so welcome something, and I can get a password. It is okay. So we can give the BI. Okay, so then password, give the BI. That's the next line. Well, then we refresh again. Okay. Then I will explain it for you. Okay, so that is we already refresh it, and then we open refresh our browser here. We refresh it. So this is the name, maybe the Alice. So this is Alice. This is the password 1 2 3 4 5 6. And when we submit, you see here, welcome, Alice. I can get your password. It is 1 2 3 4 5 6. So that is a very great thing. Although it makes it seems not so beautiful, but you know, we have got the technique things. That means we can transfer the variables into 2 pages. So this is one thing. Submit here. Welcome here. If we change it, not Alice. If we change it to Tom, and we try again, submit. You see here is Tom. So that's a very interesting things. That's a very important things. So that's the GSP things. That's a GSP. So all of the system, we should pay attention about the. I think is the action. So the action is a link. Is a link. So why the life is wonderful? Because you know too much friends, you know too much person. If I mean only if there's you know nobody on this world, and nobody knows you, so you will be very very lonely. So it's not so interesting things. Well, so that's the link. So people need to communicate with each other. That makes our life more wonderful. Maybe you meet lots of friends. Maybe doing these friends. You can say some very good friends. Okay. Well, so that is a JSP things. JSP things. Well, and well, I'll try to explain it. So you should know this. This is a percent mark, means the GSP area. So we must type about this. So percent and give a give a give a equal mark, give a equal mark. So that's the request. So what's the request means? Request is provided by default about the Tomcat or the HTTP files. So that's the request things. That's the request things. And the get parameter means get variables. So that's the login name. That's the password things. So here. Okay, so I hope you can understand this. You can understand this. Well, so that's the GSP files. That's the GSP files. And so maybe if you can understand this. Well, so any questions, or do you understand this? Can anybody give me a response? Do you understand this is 2 files?
Yes, Lord.
Okay,
Yes,
thank you.
Yes, 老师, I
Yeah,
got it.
yeah, thank you very much. Okay, and so we
Lord.
just make a little we just make a little review about these things, and so first we give a login JSP. So the login JSP something is like this way, and well, so that's the login JSP. So here is the login JSP files. So here is the login JSP files, and then we give the main JSP. So that's the main JSP, main dot JSP, main dot JSP. Here is the main.jsp file. So here is a main.jsp file, and then we can okay, and then is a structure. It's a structure. So that's the project structure. This is a project structure, and the result is something like this way. So that's the result First we type the login .jsp. Login.jsp. So this is one thing. This is one thing. And then we type something. Maybe well, let's say something. Maybe Trump. So that's a name, Trump. Okay, so that's Trump, and then password. So we type like this way. We type some like this way, and we submit it. So here, welcome, Trump. I can get your password. It's like something. Okay, so I have already give a next line on my source code. So here I give so I refresh it again. Here is a BI. So I refresh it again. It has already. Okay. Then okay, then we refresh it again. So here is a Trump. I can get a password. It's here like this way. Okay, so that's the Trump. I can get your password. It is here. Okay, so that's the JSP things. That's the JSP things. And then we will go to another topic. Another is that the Java beans. Okay, the Java beans. So the Java beans, how to use it, and we open about some Java beans things. Let's see the Java bean. So that is the Java beans. That's the Java beans. Okay. So the Java beans means that we can embed the Java class, that means Java source code, to our JSP files. We just use the use beans. Well, I'll show you the very simple things. So like this way, you see, here we use a class Java utility state. That is a system libraries. That's the Java utility state. That's a system, and then we that's the system libraries. That means when you install the JDKs, it will have the date class. And now we want to show a local time on our page, so we can type this way: the date time is, and we type date. So that date means what? So that you need something, you should know some basic things about Java. Well, here is the object. Here is a class. Well, I'll tell you. That means here is a class. That means the date. That means the date equals what? Equals new. You know the new is new an object. So new the date. So just like things like this. So new date. For sometimes maybe you do not use important. You do not use important. So important import P-R-O-T import. So you do not import the Java something the utility and the date. So if you do not use the import things, and then you need to type the full path of the date. Then you need to type the java.utility date. If you have used important, you just use a short name, so the date. That means the ID, just write this, the equals date equals new java.utility date. That means date is we call it the object. We call it the object. You know the object. So object is one of instance of the class. So this is a class. This is class, and we call this is an instance. So what the instance means? So it's just like one is the type. One is the type. Another is another is a date. Another is a date. So the type means a rules, a standard. So it's just like if you can say, so this is a Coca-Cola. So if they have a factory, they know how to create the Coca-Cola. So they can create lots of Coca-Cola. So that means in my hand is just an instance of the Coca-Cola. So that's, if you also, you can buy another. So that you can just use maybe the date 1 equals new, and also you can try to write the date 2, date 3. So that's a different instance. There's a different instance. Well, okay. So I'll show you how to use the Java beans. It's simple. So we just copy this with JSP and use beans here, and then we show the date. We just copy this, and then we type in our index JSP. So here is our index JSP, and then we can give another, maybe give HI, give the HI. Okay, give an HI. That's mean horizontal, and give a head 2, and we can copy it. So use bin, and here is date time is. Well, we save it. It have saved it already. So we refresh it. Refresh it. So that is the index.jsp files. Index.jsp files. Okay. So we just try to use this way. Here is the body things. As the body things. Not this way. So we refresh it. Okay, refresh it, and then we try again. Okay, yeah, try again. Okay, then we show our index. You know, index is a default page, so we do not need to type the name. So we just type this way. So here is the time. The time date is Friday, September 25. So now is the date. You know, it haven't changed. Well, if you want to change it dynamically, you need to write lots of program to refresh it. You can use the time or something else. Well, so that's the basic things about the Java beans, about the Java beans things. Well, so so that's I show you the things. Here is Java beans, like this way. So we give you a source code index.jsp file, and then here is one thing like this way, So that is one thing. Hello JSP, and the source code is that. The source code is. So that is a source code. That's a source code. Well, so this is a function or the usage with the Java beans. Well, this we only use the system libraries. Now we create a Java bean by ourselves. So we to see some examples. So here is some Java bean things. Well, here is set a property name and the property the get property, and so it's maybe a little complicated. So we can try here. Use beans and set the property students, give the name and give the value, last name value, age, and then we can type it. We can type it. So we can try to use these things. This is a Java bean things. This is a Java bean things. Well, how we create this way? So first we should create a bean. So how to create a bean here? You see, this way is we give the students bean. So student bean. So here is a this is a package. Well, we follow about this. Use a Java bean by ourselves, and so here first we create a thing, a package. We create a package. So here is a give a new package. Here is a package things. Maybe we call it the com dot. Maybe the name you can give anything. So the Java bean. So give a packages the Java beans. The Java beans, and then we create a class. So we create a new class. So the class name is that follow about these things. We call this class name is the you see here is the student bean. So we copy this student bean here. We give a name student bean. And then we add something. Here is give three properties. Here is three properties. So Control C, and here is that Control V. So we call this class is a POJ class. So you know the POJ class. That means POJA POJ class. That means the plain. So the plain is something very simple, and you know some people they have a different idea. They think the life should be simple. So when they cook something, they do not use fire, use oil or something. They just use water, and so that's what we call the plain things. Plain things. So it's just the original things. So the plain class. So the plain means the things we call it is in Chinese is these things, not simple, and so the plain. So that means plain things. Maybe here. so nature nature plain. So that's we call this things plain class. So plain class just only have the properties and some get and get and put get and set methods. So you can try use the tools, right click the menu, pop menu, and then there's maybe some some generate. So you choose the generate, and then you choose the get and set. So constructors are lots of things, and the gen and set. So we try. So that's you can choose three. You can choose three, and then you OK it. So it will automatically create this file, this methods for you, or you can just copy it if you have time. Okay. So we try this way, like this way. So and also give constructors. You know, the constructor methods is the same name with the class name, and then some get and setters. Okay. Then we give another constructors. Constructor is here. So we try to show you again generate and constructors, and then constructor. So we do not need to any parameters. So we choose this way. So give constructors. Give constructors. Okay. So that's the student's bin. How we use it? Well, we can create another things. Maybe create another JSP file. We can maybe show beans something. Show beans date. So something like this. Okay. So double click show beans date, and how we use it? We just copy it. You say we have created a Java class. First, we need to here. We need to import this way. So we copy this. And then we give the name and give the properties. And this is a use bin. And also we type the properties. And so from the body, so we copy this. So this makes our program more plentiful. The we paste it, but you should understand what this means. So first, we create an object, means students, and here is the students, and so that's a students. And then the class. So the class should give this Java beans because we use this way. So we do not need to type this. We should type the reality. So real position of our project. So the package name is Java beans. So the Java. So maybe you think it's a little complicated for your beginners. So this is the Java beans, and well, it should Java bean. Why it cannot resolve it? It should resolve it. Java BAN. Well, forget it. Then we try to set a property. Here is a, you see here is Java beans. That is the we have the first name, the last name, and the age. So we can try to give the first name a value, maybe name this 0, and the last name Ali, and the 10. So okay, then we try to show this show these things, and okay, we try see if it can works or not. And so we show the show being state. We stop it. Stop it, and then rerun it again. So that's the Java beans things. Maybe it's red text. It's a little problem, and we can fix it. So Java use bin id students class equals equals com.java bens. Well, okay, so we type our JSP file. Our JSP file is show bin state. Show bin state JSP files, show bin state. So show bin state, show bin state dot JSP type. Well, so it's a little show bin state. Let me see. Okay, I'm sorry. So that's because I have put the wrong position. So know this is JSP, this is login, this is main. So we should drag this under the web, and then refactor it. So should like this way. So then it maybe can find this, and so that's the show bin state, and then we rerun it again. com.java bins. So show bin state, and then try again. Well, so it have other things. That means other things. Well.可以啊，10月3号、4号。哦，我10月3号、4号好像学校不放假吧？我看一下10月3号、4号。哦，星期六、星期天是吧？星期六、星期天应该没问题。哦，那应该，那应该可以，好，那可以，那具体的这个什么进度呀，什么这个什么，哎，好，哎，哦，行，那倒没问题，但可能就是还涉及到就是说，比如说我要跟原来那个有事的老师要跟他就看他给我定哪个范围吧，因为我怕讲多了，不是把他的内容就讲掉了，所以说要大概给我定下一个范围，我把握这2天到底是上哪个内容，其他都没问题，我觉得，哎，好，行，好，谢谢，好。Okay, we will try to solve. We will try to solve this. We will try to solve this. Okay, so that's just it haven't find this way. Come Java. Well, it's maybe so. So it's sometimes Java things like this. So com dot. It really has. Well, I'm sorry. We should specify this class. I'm sorry, because this is a class, not the package. So we should specify. So we then let the idea knows which class is. Well, then well, then we tracking. Okay, so that's the Java Bean things. We refresh it, um, refresh it, and we run it again. We okay, and we try again. So you see here is a first name, Ellie, the students. Why I told you this about the Java Beans? Because Java Bean, when the next week we learn something about the database, we can we can get the data from the database, and then we can store the data to our Java Beans, and then we can show the data on our page. So that's the Java Bean. And also, if you know something about the Java Bean, and you can maybe easier to understand the Spring Boot or Spring things, because they all just like the factory and the product, some single things, single, we call it a single instance. So here is a Zaro Ali Eaton. So that is a Java Bean things. So I hope you can understand this. So it's very not so hard. So first you should give a name of the object. So we give the students, and then we set the property. So set the property is here. Set the property is we use the value. We give the value. So this is a set property. That means we call the function about the set things. We call the function about set things. Set. And then we use a get. So get means show the string, show the string. So we show these things. So property is the first name. So you should know the first name is here. Here is the first name. So this is the first name. This is a property. This is a property. And also here is the name students means ID. So that's the object ID, object name. So students, and so it means we want to get the object named students and get its property named first name. So we show it. So we use a JSP get a property, and so that's a Java Bean things. That is a Java Bean things. Well. So I hope you can understand the basic things about the JSP and the Java Bean. If you want to learn more, our course is a wider area, wider area of the Java programming things. So the Java programming there's lots of things. So the JSP and the servlet is a very basic things. Cool. Okay, so you should understand it. If you want to learn more, you should learn by yourself, because the technique is almost the same, but the different things is that is your imaging, is your design. So it's just like I for example, if I told you that that the 11 plus 12 equals, well, I told you how to play how to show this arrange algorithm. So 1 plus 2 is 3. So 1 plus 1 is 2. Then well, that's my task. I have told you how to use this, and then you can try, maybe not like this way. So that's your tasks. So 6 plus 8 is 4, and add 1, so 5 7. So it is not like this way. I hope you can get what I mean. So this is the JSP things. I have told you how to use the JSP, how to use the Java Beans, and then you can write a more complicated program. Well, then we go back to others. We go back to others. Others is that since the servlet, servlet things. Do you let's say the servlet. Let's say the server. Okay, yeah, that's good. And some of you use GitHub. Sometimes I am also a little busy, so maybe maybe I cannot all day and all night to find some material for you. So if you have any question, you just tell me. Just tell me. And when you learn the basic things, it's not so easy, not so difficult is for you to write some programs. Well, okay, so that's is these things. Well, now let's go on to others. Let's go on to others. Well, we just review our notes. Review our notes. So that's the JSP file. That's the JSP. That's the Java beans. So we another is we use Java beans. Use Java beans defined by ourselves, defined by developers. Okay, defined by ourselves. Selves. So I first, this is the structures. This is the structure things. Structure like here. This is structure things. So first, you need to create a package. Create a package. Create a package here. This is a project structure. And then the contents. Contents is the students. The student bin dot. You see, this is a Java. This is a Java things. This is a Java program. Students bins. You should create a class. So that is here. Java beans. Show Java bean. Show bean state. This way. Control A, Control C. And here this way. Okay, so that's the Java bean, and then we create another file named well, let me see, what's this? Why they? Okay, I don't know. Okay, well, another things. Another file is we create a show data beans. Show data beans JSP file. So show data beans dot JSP JSP file, and then this is contents. This is the contents, and also the results like this way. So that's the result. Like this way. That's a result. So I hope you can understand the tasks. So the tasks for you to write some pages of words. For example, I give you maybe something. Let me show you. show you first is the bin, and then we try to solve something. We give the maybe the vote and the JSP and SOURC source code, something like this. Well, online voting system. What's with me? No. Well, so it's too much things. Well, I tried. Line vote. Well, should imagine something. Vote JSP. Well, and all. Well, let me and JSP maybe the idea intelligent TERNTELJ. So intelligent, getting started with JSP on intelligent idea support. Okay, not well. We use others, maybe the form JSP, and not intelligent, and give your request dot get parameter PARAMETER, get a parameter. So okay, so get just like something like this way. Get parameter things. Get parameter things. Some request. Come. 8 yes, submit. Oh, okay. Let me see if it has some emoji. HTTP. Title. Submit. Show. Well, something like this. Well, you just well, if I define something, well, let me show you. Actually, or I can try not this way. The checkbox, and the radio box, or not the radio box, it's a radio maybe. So try again. So you just something use this way. You use this way. Your answer things. Then well, checkbox. Okay, something like this way. You see here, reading checkbox date, mass flag. So you can so you can try to this is you can define something. So write some pages of votes or forms with the JSP files or servlet. So here, just like this way, and give you a reference. You can try. So reference So reference, since you can reference on this web page, some simple. You see here, request get a parameter, and here is a mass. Here is mass means that when you type this checkbox, this name is maths and is checked. So here is things. This is something. So you can try. You can try. Here is you can reference. So that's similar. That's similar. Write some pages or votes or forms with a JSP servlet, and we call it the content is upon you. So that's we say. So the content is unlimited. So so just you give me 2 pages and transfer some date. So that's the contents is unlimited. Unlimited. Okay, for example, like this way. Okay, so that's a task. That's a task, and also you can try to make it better. You can try to make it better. Okay, now let's go to another. Is the servlet. Who is this way? I don't know. And then let's go to the servlet. Servlet is simple, just like the JSP, but the servlet are more professional than JSP. So that's a servlet things. Well, now let's see how to use a servlet. And here we should create a servlet. So how we create a servlet? First we create a new package. Always we use the package things. Here we create a package. So maybe it's a com.servlet. So we always use a package to store different types of Java files, like the beans or the servlet or the features or the listeners or other things. So we give a com servlet, and then we create a servlet. So how we create a servlet? Here you see this we create a servlet. So you should choose create a new servlet here. Create a new servlet. So create a new servlet, always the same thing. Always the same thing. So we can, since we have gathered the login, so we can give a login servlet. So this is a login servlet. Here is a login servlet, and then we OK. So that is a login servlet. Here is the here is here the login servlet, and well, since these are not a property, so we need to change this. You should pay attention about this way. So we need to change this. We change it like this way. Login servlet. Login servlet. Okay, maybe like this way. Or this way. Okay, login servlet. Okay, so then I'll show you something. So how we use the servlet? How we use the servlet? Well, let me show you the servlet things. So first, how we use a servlet? How we use a servlet? How we use a servlet? Well, we type something. We try to something the servlet. So that's a JSP things, and we give you a servlet. Okay, not this way. Not this way. Well, servlet, and also the request get a parameter. Something like this way. We type a servlet. Try servlet. What's this mean? Here. Okay, let's try. where do we import it? Import what? You just type the JSP use beans. So that's important. Or you can see the videos about my source code. Okay, so now let's see the serverless tutorial. Or maybe the network are not so good. Network. I'm sorry. Okay, it seems works. And combine. Well, I show you others. Servlet, serverless things. Well, although it's a Chinese page, but the source code is always the same thing, I think. Serverless. Okay, we find some source code. Here is serverless. So here always we like this way. So first we shows type the do get things. The do get things means that because there's two methods. One is we call the do post, another do get. So if you use the do post, we call to the we call the do get. So this is the two parameters. So one parameter is this way request. So we change it. And another is the response. We change it. Response. That means no matter you use post or the get, we can get the date. Okay, so this is one thing. And then we want to type something. Type something is that the post try. So here is the request things servlet request response. Servlet. We try to some servlet things. Servlet things is that here out print line. You see, we type something. This is use out. Okay, maybe we can here try to use this way. Try to use this way. Okay, so we give the get things. Get things. Oh, sorry. Copy this. Well, I'll explain to you. So this one thing, response set type response set something response, and then print, and then we can alt enter. So when you use alt enter, it will automatically to use a print writer. And here is a message. So message we can give something. We can use this is servlet shows. This shows by servlet. Issued by servlet. Okay, so something like print line. Well, so try maybe this shows servlet. I think it's good. Maybe do not need this way. Do not need this quotation. Okay, so this is shows by servlet. This is shows by servlet. Which servlet is login servlet? So name the login servlet. And here named login servlet. Okay, so we try how we use this servlet. We just type the mapping neutral. This is the path. Well, we save it and then we run it, so it automatically save it. And then we maybe we stop it. And we tracking. So servlet is more powerful, more professional. So at the later classes, we will seldom use JSP. we will always use the servlet to fulfill our programs. So the JSP is a basic things, but nowadays we seldom use the JSP file types. We always use the servlet. Well, then you say you should pay attention about this way. Okay, then we type the login servlet. So the login servlet is here, login servlet. You should pay attention about the login, the uppercase servlets and annotate. So you see here, this is shows by servlet named login servlet, and this is okay. This is the 2 plus. Well, we just delete it. We just delete it. I just delete it. So that's the servlet. Well, how we shows the servlet things. Well, we can change our. You see here is the login. Here is the login things. And if we change this, not the main JSP, if we can change it to others. Well, I'll show you another example. Another example is that we just define another JSP file, means maybe the test the servlet. Okay, this is a test servlet things, and then we copy the login things. This is almost the same thing, so that's the test servlet things. But you should here the action. We should give another action. The action is here. The action is the servlet action. So this is the way. So that's the action. That's the action. That is the action. So I hope you can understand the servlet. So that's the servlet. But servlet are more powerful. Really powerful. So got the test things. Yeah. Everybody, you need to. Yes, you need to put your name and your student number in our WeChat group. And if at the 5:05, if you have finished your tasks about 2 pages to submit some date, you just put your homework on the WeChat group. Then I can make the static things. So I think you are attendant my class. When I saw your student number, your information here in the WeChat group, so you must put your information on our WeChat group. So you can put all of this. Okay. Yeah, everybody, you should put your information here. Okay. Well, maybe 2 minutes. So we type this way, not the main JSP. We use the login servlet. We use the login servlet, and also how we can get the name, the password. So that's the same thing. So we can use the get a parameter things. Well, let's say the here we find this way the form things. We use the servlet things. Well, let's see the servlet. This is the same thing. Servlet here. We give a string name, get a parameter. So this way. So we type name, and then we show the name and the password. So just like this way. It's simple things. Because when you want to show some characters in Chinese type, you need to use this way to convert the string type. Well, so we try to show something on our servlet things. Here is the JSP not this way. Here is a test servlet. Okay, then we write our servlet things. Here is our servlet. Here is well, what's this servlet? So we try to this we string name. Well, string name comes the login name and the password. So one is the login name and another is the password. So that is login name. Login name. So that's a login name. And another is we give another is that the well, so it's too much things. Another is a string give. So this is a login name. This is login name. Let's say another is a password. Password, and then we try to show it again. Show it again. So we can try the password. Wait. Okay. For example, okay, this is h1, and we plus something, and plus the login name. Login name. We can say welcome. Welcome. What's it? What is this? What this? So just the welcome login name and plus others and plus password. Your password is your password. Password is, and give another thing. Give the password. Give another is a password things. Come. Password. So the password here is a password, and then here. Okay, so if everything goes well, we try to show this way. Okay, now we rerun it again. Rerun it again. Rerun it again. So we quit, and then we use this test servlet. So we type our test servlet. Okay, thank you very much. So everybody, so just well, you only put one time. That's enough. Because I only record the one time for the whole afternoon. So you only need to create one time. Well, I will post the attendance list on the WeChat group. If you find some mistakes, you can tell me. Then I can change it. Okay, then we try to test the servlet. So the test servlet is here. Test servlet this way. Test servlet. Test server. Test servlet JSP. So test servlet dot JSP. So here is the login name. Maybe login name is the okay. Tom. Tom. And this is maybe the A B C D E F G. And then we submit it. Well, so it's a little cannot. You see here it has a login servlet. Here is a login servlet, but it haven't showed it. So we need to change to check things. So check it has already test the servlet here. So the login servlet, maybe the login servlet. Well, we should try this way. This is login servlet. Well, login servlet. Okay, let's try. Let's try to log in servlet. Login servlet. Why it cannot work? Why not cannot work? Let's try. Let's try to servlet here already. Well, it's maybe show data JSP file. Show data JSP file. And show data JSP file. This is or not this the test servlet. Here, if action login servlet, well, already it has already, well, it seems like this way because this is login servlet and it haven't the well, you say that's the mistake of the pass, so that is maybe we do not need this way. Use use the use the login servlet. We try again. And then we run it again. So we try again. Here, refresh test servlet. Well, refresh. So test dot JSP, and we give a name James. Give a name James 1 2 3 4 5 6. Then we submit. Okay, yeah, you see, this has go to the name and the login server, but the value haven't showed it. You see, this is James is the password. Well, we will check our servlet. That means we already connected to the servlet, but the servlet we will try to check the servlet things. So the check servlet is here. Here is the login name. Okay, this is login name. Get a parameter login name. And okay, I'm sorry, this is not the name. This should be password. So this is the login name and the password. And we try. This should be servlet named login servlet. Name the login servlet. Name the login servlet. And this is our print haven't showed because we should use our print line. Our print line actually login name, but the value haven't comes. So this way our print welcome, but welcome should be login name and the password request get parameter. So it seems should work. And then we try to test the servlet JSP. So this is login name. Oh, this is uppercase login name. I'm sorry, this is uppercase. So we try to. This is not the login name. This should be login uppercase. Login uppercase. And then this is the password. So it should be correctly like the student the login things. So here is the login name. Here is the login name. Here is the password. And then we try again. Stop it, and then type it. Rerun it again. rerun it again. And then we try again. Okay, so refresh it. Test servlet. Refresh it. Okay, give the test servlet. Give the test servlet JSP, and then give a name, maybe the James, and A B C D E F G, and we submit again. Okay, you see here, this is James, and this is password is A B C D E F G. So we have already finished it. That's the servlet things. I hope you can understand this. Okay, well, so that's for my class. And the following time, you need to practice by yourself. You need to finish at least 2 web pages to just like give a vote or some choices pages. And one page is that let the users to choose and submit. Another page is show the results. Well, can anyone give me a response? Do you understand what the task is? The task is?
Yes, Laoshi.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you very much. So now it's your turn. So you need to practice by yourself. If you have any question, you just tell me, and I will submit the material to the WeChat group later. And okay, so so now when you put your own information on our WeChat group, then you can practice by yourself. Okay, so that is what I have speaking. So now it's time for you to practice. Okay, I will close the meeting. So okay, so close it.